The Steelers are not stopping and are acting quickly in the market to acquire big names. In this video, you will be the first to hear about the main news about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Today, we bring you two pieces of news that are shaking up the NFL world and could directly impact the future of our franchise. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Oh, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any details about our team. Now let's get to the first news. After George Pickens' departure, Steelers have an ideal chance to bolster offense with Romeo Doubs. With the surprising trade and subsequent release of George Pickens to the Dallas Cowboys, the Pittsburgh Steelers face a clear challenge. Quickly rebuilding a receiving core that currently lacks depth and variety. The good news? The market offers a strategic opportunity that can be explored after June 1st, and the right name may be in Green Bay, Romeo Doubs. Traditionally, the post-draft period in the NFL tends to be quieter in terms of impactful trades, but 2025 could be an exception. With most teams having already completed their draft selections and reorganized their rosters, this is a good time for more aggressive moves, especially for teams like the Steelers, who still have glaring holes to fill on offense. The franchise continues to expect a possible arrival of Aaron Rodgers, but regardless, it needs reliable targets for the passing game. With DK Metcalf taking over as the primary receiver, Pittsburgh is still looking to round out its wide receiver core with names that bring versatility and reliability. That's where Romeo Doubs comes in. The Green Bay Packers receiver, selected in the 2022 draft, has become a consistent, albeit underrated name on the Wisconsin franchise's roster. With solid production, especially in Aaron Rodgers' final year with the Packers, Doubs has demonstrated chemistry with the veteran quarterback, something that could be valuable if the reunion happens in Pittsburgh. The Green Bay Packers, on the other hand, have a roster full of young receivers, a result of Brian Gutekunst's aggressive draft philosophy. Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Dontavion Wicks, and Malik Heath are just a few of the names competing for space. In this scenario, Doubs could end up becoming surplus and an affordable trade target. In addition, Doubs offers a complementary skill set to Metcalf. He's a route-running receiver who's reliable on third down and can line up at multiple positions on the field. Unlike Christian Watson, whose career has been marked by injuries and inconsistency, Doubs represents a safer bet with the potential to make an immediate impact. The arrival of rookie Roman Wilson also generates expectations, but relying solely on him as the WR2 in his first year in the league could be risky. Adding Doubs would alleviate that pressure, creating a more balanced rotation and allowing Wilson to develop more easily. With cap room and a still-building offensive roster, the Steelers are in a position to make smart additions, and Doubs fits that bill perfectly. If Aaron Rodgers is indeed the plan, bringing in someone he's worked with before is a natural next step. If not, Doubs remains a valuable addition to an offense that's in dire need of identity. In an increasingly competitive market, Pittsburgh's now has a chance to act. It remains to be seen whether the front office will seize the opportunity before it slips away. Steelers must act quickly. Trade for Kirk Cousins could be the solution that Pittsburgh needs. The quarterback saga in Pittsburgh continues without end, and the fans' patience is already at its limit. With the month of June having begun and no clear definition for the team's most important position, the Pittsburgh Steelers find themselves faced with an urgent need to trade for Kirk Cousins. The hope for a miracle involving Aaron Rodgers still persists behind the scenes, but with each passing day, the scenario becomes more unlikely. Internally, the presence of Mason Rudolph offers stability, but does not inspire the confidence needed to lead the team to a competitive season. Rookie Will Howard, in turn, is more of a long-term project than an immediate solution. While other teams have already defined their quarterbacks through trades or signings, Pittsburgh remains in offensive limbo. And that's where Kirk Cousins comes in, currently with the Atlanta Falcons. But with no clear prospect of playing as a starter after the selection of Michael Penix Jr. in the draft. The situation in Atlanta is tricky. Cousins is under a hefty contract, is no longer the main plan, and could be available in the right package. For the Steelers, this is the ideal opportunity. Despite being 36 years old, Cousins has shown that he still has gas in the tank. In 2024, he threw for 3,500 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions in 14 games, maintaining a solid level of production. He is no hero, but he could be exactly what the Steelers need. An experienced, reliable quarterback capable of keeping the team competitive while Will Howard develops. In addition, the connection with Arthur Smith, current offensive coordinator in Pittsburgh and Cousins' former coach in Atlanta, makes the transition easier. With familiarity in the offensive scheme, Cousins could quickly take over the offense and work immediately with receivers DK Metcalf and Calvin Austin III. A relief, considering Robert Woods currently occupies the WR2 position. Another important point: the Steelers' defense remains one of the strongest in the league. This allows for a more manageable offense where a game manager like Cousins can shine without the pressure of carrying the team on his shoulders. Pittsburgh needs control and consistency, two attributes the veteran can deliver. However, there are obstacles. Cousins' contract includes a no-trade clause, which means any deal would need to be approved by the quarterback himself. In addition, the financial impact is significant, which would require negotiations with Atlanta to absorb some of the value. There are rumors that the Steelers would also be interested in adding tight end Kyle Pitts to the package, which would increase the cost but give the offense a whole new dimension. With George Pickens traded and the offensive line still in the process of adjustment, the addition of Cousins and Pitts could completely transform the offense and breathe new life into the project in Pittsburgh. Right now, the Steelers are not ready to compete for a Super Bowl, but ignoring the urgency at the quarterback position could keep the team stuck in mediocrity for another year. Rodgers may be plan A, but it's a risky and far-fetched plan. Cousins, on the other hand, is a realistic, safe, and smart move. The big question now is, are the Pittsburgh Steelers willing to act? Because time is running out, and the season won't wait.